class was pretty clear for you in with respect to like the terms we discussed and everything. So today what we'll be doing is we'll be looking into official documents of Ethereum, and we'll try going through it. Okay. I mean, a lot of people will have the question that why can't we like just do it? Why to do it during the session? It's because I'll personally tell you, if you do like all the reading and all of that stuff on your own, initially it gets like pretty overwhelming. So it's always good to do like a one-to-one discussion. That is how we're going to go forward, so that you can ask the doubts right away, and then slowly and steadily, when you've gotten the knack of the system, we'll be doing coding as we were doing for JavaScript. Okay, so that will be like a more dominant session towards my side, where I'll be doing all the stuff, and you'll have to do it later. But today's session will be like more of a document friendly. We'll learn about Ethereum ecosystem, the terminologies that we have. We'll see how to, get involved with the system. We'll get to know how like smart contracts actually work on EVMs. We'll set up a digital wallet called MetaMask, and then we'll get into Remix platform. If we have time by then we'll do like a basic smart contract that is already available on Remix for Solidity. And for next class, we'll be like getting into Solidity completely, understanding the whole structure like we did for JS, and start writing code and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So first things first, someone can just give like a quick recap of the last session, so that, we can all refresh our memories. Anybody? Come on, speak up. I know like most of you were there. So just give me a quick recap so that we can move forward with today's session.
In yesterday's session, we have seen some jargon words regarding blockchain and Web3. They're like, what is cryptography, what is blockchain. We have seen what is Bitcoin and what is global ledger. And we also got to know that the first block in blockchain is called as Genesis block, and the nonce keyword, which is used for the verification purpose. And we also seen the miners, people who validate the blocks. And we also seen the smart contract and what is decentralization and non-fungible tokens, and the differences between Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. And we also seen about the ERC20 token and the metadata, which is the data related to some blocks. And we have seen the DAO, and we have seen the differences between Ethereum and Bitcoin. And we have seen DApp, which is a decentralized application, and Ethereum virtual machine. And we have seen IPFs, which are not built on blockchain, but which depends on blockchain, which uses the blockchain. And we also seen the fiat and mainnet and testnet.
Okay, good. So I hope like everyone still remembers how was cryptography explained, and what was the major differences when it comes to Bitcoin or Ethereum. We discussed about the consensus mechanism, just like a topic, not like very deep into it. Then we discuss all the other jargon words, IPFS, which is a interplanetary filing system similar to how Google Drive works, for storing data and all of that. And we talked about DAOs, we talked about how smart contracts actually work, we talked about how miners work and all of that stuff, right? So it's good that you guys remember it. So like in the last class, we had discussed that everyone knows about blockchain because of Bitcoin, right? But there's not just one utility of the blockchain that is a cryptocurrency. There are other as well. So you can build like a lot of applications you can use for security purposes and a lot of other stuff. So Ethereum came up with this concept of, building on the decentralized platform, and it is that they introduce smart contracts and how you can deploy and write code for the data interaction on the blockchain, all of that ecosystem stuff. So, and we discussed like in layman terms that what EVM is and how the whole compilation and stuff is done. What is your part in it? How multiple blockchains have multiple programming languages, but there are like these blockchains who are EVM compatible, so they'll support Solidity to like a greater extent. They might have a programming language of their own as well, but if they're EVM compatible, they'll work like in correspondence, and they'll work with Solidity as well. We discussed about digital wallets. I think I forgot to mention about stable coins. So I don't know how many of you would have heard about it, but there are so many people who talk about like because cryptocurrency is so volatile, everyone knows, right? That one day the price is so up, the other day the price goes to like very low, and it's so volatile. The whole system is unpredictable. You guys can't even understand how the market is working. It's not like the stock gets that you crack a deal and the share prices go up, or a new product is launched and the share prices go up, or a scam happens and it goes down and all of that. So it's more difficult to figure out how things work in that case. So but still, when these technologies started existing, the whole focus was to make it readily available to people, to bring a utility in day to day life. It's not like, oh yeah, the developers or the people of computer science background, or the so-called engineers have nothing new to study, so let's start with a new technology called Web3 and let them burden, right? Just like there are people who say that if a World War III happens, the syllabus of history books will increase, right? Why? So they don't really want it to happen, because then they'll have to study more. So it's not like that, that Web3 just came up because people had nothing to do and they wanted to increase our syllabus, but it's because they see a proper utility in the system. They see a loophole in the system that needs to be solved, right? So in order to make it regulatory, in order to use cryptocurrencies in our day-to-day life instead of fiat, they launched with something called as stable coins. So what stable coins meant was, with the term itself, you can say stable, right? So their prices are not as volatile as cryptocurrencies. Okay. And they are pegged to like a certain commodity. So suppose USDC is a stable coin that is pegged to a US dollar. That is how it is designed. Okay. So it's pegged to $1. So its prices will always be fluctuating around the dollar prices. It's not be like today it's 85 and tomorrow it will be 185. That is not how it works. So it's always like, suppose you have like a lot of gold in your house, and you know that okay, this is a certain value of the gold, so you give you peg something like, okay, that this is the amount, you keep this gold, and that gold is worth 5,000 rupees, so you get it. So you can say that okay, my currency is currently pegged to gold value, and if the gold value goes up, my current they'll give me like extra money on that part. That is how you are dealing with it, right? That you have associated some other commodity with the currency, and it will fluctuate accordingly. So it can be pegged to any currency, but because US dollars is like widely accepted, people peg like the stable coins are pegged to US dollars. They can also be pegged to commodities like gold. Then there are these algorithmic stable coins which works totally on smart contracts. um, I don't know how many of you are aware about Terra Luna. So they were an algorithmic stable coin. In fact, I think they were more of cryptocurrency that was backed by another cryptocurrency, and they had this algorithmic work. And but it failed miserably. Whatever they would have thought, maybe the worst case scenario was even bad. So they failed, and a lot of money went in vain. But that is not how the other stable coins are working. So like USDC will always be around 85 to 89. That is the usual value. So stable coins is something that you should know, because once you learn Solidity and you start writing smart contracts and you take part in hackathons and start winning a lot of money, people will mostly pay you in USDC. Okay, either they pay you in their own tokens or they pay you in USDC. So it shouldn't be like you did a 6-week cohort and when you get the hackathon money in USDC, you're like, oh shit, what is this? Did they fool us and gave us just any other currency? No, it's not like that. So it will always be stable. It's not like if today in a hackathon you won $1,000, a year later that 1,000 will have zero value, or suddenly that 1,000 will make you a millionaire. No, that is not how it works. It will always be fluctuating between whatever the dollar prices are. It's 85, 90 or 80, whatever it is. So it will always fluctuate like that. So it's important to know what stable coins are for that case. And the next thing is we'll be doing a MetaMask installation. So everyone is supposed to do it. Okay. We'll do like fun stuff. So I'll quickly like show you like, or you can go it through the process itself and we can do an installation, and then all of you are supposed to send me the addresses, and I'll create a token on the name of Web3 Learn and I'll send it to you. The token is zero value, it's just free tokens. But today I'll create a token, and for the next session, when we do the code, when we start understanding how smart contracts are supposed to, work, then you'll have to create a token and send me as a, what do you say? Guru Dakshina, whatever you give your teacher. Okay. That is a fun activity that we'll do today. And then we'll go to the Ethereum documentations and stuff. So, although my browser already has MetaMask, I'll try opening Edge browser first. Wait. So is everyone fine with doing the installation, right? Nobody has joined from like your phones. Like, oh, she's just blabbering for 2 hours. So just let us join through phone. Who's gonna listen? Nobody's like that, right? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You can always look at the recording and do that later. Rest of the people, or maybe you can just take a look. It's really simple process, and you just have to listen how to do things. But the other ones, except Kirti and Siddhi Pujita, I hope I'm not really messing up with the names. Apart from these two, I want wallet addresses from everyone. Okay. Cool. So I'll share my screen. Where is it? Okay. So everyone can do along with me. Okay. Sorry. This always messes up my. I don't have a proper setup today, and that is why it's so messy. Anyway, I hope this works. Why aren't they? Okay. MetaMask. So you will search for you'll search for MetaMask on your browser, and this is the first result that you're gonna get. Okay, so just go to this, and you'll see this that it's a okay. If there's any issue, you guys can write it in the chat. But is this the required extension? What? Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, so try to follow along because I won't be able to like answer every now and then. And how did this thing go up? Okay, now it went up. Okay, so this is a crypto wallet and gateway to blockchain apps, and this is how you will see. So most of the projects that we're gonna do, it involves like MetaMask, login or MetaMask connection, because that is how you're gonna do the whole transaction. and they're like developer resources that you can use for your building stuff as well. So you would first click on download for Edge, and you will be like get. So it will give you a warning about read and change all your data on all websites, modify data, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. You just also listening more due to system issues. Okay, fine. It's okay. So the installation will start happening. So we got to wait till the installation is happening. And okay, so once the installation has been done or downloaded, you'll get this pop-up. Okay, let's get started. I personally really like this Fox thing. God, it's cute. So there are two options. One is create new wallet and one is import an existing wallet. So obviously, if you guys are new to Web3, you'll have to create a new wallet, but there are times when you can import an existing wallet, and I'll show you how to do that. But first, there are like a lot of pointers that will come as a safety measure when you're doing this, because again, the whole technology is in a very nascent stage and people are building, experimenting with stuffs and all. So never use the same account for your project thing and for getting money from hackathons. Okay, because then what happens is there will be like a lot of extensions that you might download during your project and etc, which can mess up with your data of MetaMask and take away all the money. It happened with a friend of mine. So we had like $500 from a hackathon, and both of us didn't really take it out because we had to pay Ethereum tokens as gas fee, and it was a lot for us, like $10 or whatever. It was a lot for us, and we didn't have that kind of money. We only had USDC. So when you're trying to do any transaction on Ethereum mainnet, you need Ether tokens. That's like real money that you pay. Now again, I've told you a reason why we pay that, right? So we weren't really taking out. We were thinking that if we win like a lot more hackathons, we'll just buy some Ether coins, and then we'll do the transaction. So he was participating in one of the hackathons, and he downloaded an extension for the project, like not the MetaMask extension, some other extension, or some he was some using some external API in his project. And then 2 days later, when he checked, all the $500 was gone. Okay. So it's a security point that you can make multiple accounts, just like in your bank accounts. You can have your accounts in multiple banks, or even in one bank you can have multiple accounts. I hope that's possible. Yeah, I mean, the criteria can change. I don't know. I have like accounts in multiple banks, but not multiple accounts in the same bank. So in that case, you can always have like a account that has like that is basically used for projects. So you'll work on testnet, and you'll always give that account address in your project files wherever there is asked. And there's a different account for keeping the hackathon money if you're not taking out right away. So this is that was just one pointer. So you'll click on create a new wallet, and this will give you like a lot of instructions. So we tend to ignore these instructions very often, but because it's a lot of reading, but you should always, read it when you know that you might not know a lot about the product and everything. So they'll like to gather usage data to better understand how our users interact with MetaMask. MetaMask will allow you to opt out, send anonymized click and page view. They won't collect your information, they won't collect your full IP address, and they will never sell data, whatever. So you'll click on I agree because there's no other option that you can. And you have to set a password, okay, of 8 characters minimum, and then you have to be like confirm password. So I'll just put any password. Don't forget that password, okay? Okay. So you will say that I understand that MetaMask cannot recover the password for me. So again, a very, very important pointer that students tend to ignore. This is not Web 2. Okay. A lot of focus is on privacy. You can't be like click on forgot password and automatically you'll get a link on your email and then you'll be able to like set up a new password. No, that is not how Web3 or systems in Web3 work. So you have to set up a strong password. You got to make sure that you remember the password. Now you write it somewhere, store it somewhere. That's totally on you. Okay. Because if you forget, you'll get a chance of recovering your account through a secret recovery phrase. So like in most of the Web2 applications as well, you'll see these security questions. I always tend to forget the answer that I've given for those security questions and it will always mess up. But in this case, they'll give you a 12 or 19 words of seed phrase. Mostly it's 12. And these are like just there was a word for it. Yeah, these are like mostly gibberish words. Like it doesn't make any sense. Those sentences won't make any sense. But you'll always have the sequence, and only through that correct sequence of secret recovery phrase will you be able to secure your wallet. I mean, recover your wallet. So even if you win like $1 million in hackathons and you have that money and you forgot your password as well as you lost your secret recovery phrase, all of that $1 million is gone. You can't do anything about it. So it's really, really important that you just don't store the password, but you also store the secret recovery phrase somewhere. The other point is that the secret recovery phrase is the key to your account. If someone has the secret recovery phrase, even if they don't know the password, they can very easily import the wallet that we have seen that option in someone else's device. So maybe that you and your friend or you or someone who is like jealous of you in class sees that you're doing pretty well in Web3 and you're making a lot of money and etc. They get jealous and they know that you have the secret recovery phrase. They can like take out all the money, they can do illegal transactions or whatsoever. So it's an asset, you got to save it, don't even reveal it to your best friend. Okay. So you put password and then you do create a new wallet, and they will show you that okay, how do you secure your wallet. So they have done everything that they can. It's totally on you. Okay. Now, so it says what is a secret recovery phrase? Your secret recovery phrase is a 12-word phrase that is the master key to your wallet and your funds. So how do I save secret recovery phrase? Save in a password manager, store in a safe deposit box, write down in multiple places, whatever works for you. And should I share my secret recovery phrase? Never, ever share your secret recovery phrase, not even with MetaMask. So exactly. It's not like the big companies who just want our data. So they always share that, okay, whatever it is, just keep it to yourself. Don't even tell us, even though we are handling everything. So okay. So then again, secure my wallet recommended. Now see, write down your secret recovery phrase. Now you'll get this option of, clicking on this link and making it visible. So because I'm not gonna use it, obviously I can, definitely show you the secret recovery phrase, but I will still not do it. So I'll do a stop share. And once you're able to, see all the words in the secret recovery phrase, take a picture, copy it, download. There will be a download link also later. So download it, make multiple copies, make sure that your file is saved as in a certain way that you know that it contains your secret phrase. Don't make it too evident for anyone to look into your laptop and find the secret recovery phrase. So in the next step, where is confirm secret recovery phrase, you'll have to put those words in sequence. There might be like just missing words, or there might be that you have to put the whole word or whatever. And then your wallet will be all set up. So I'll stop share, and you guys can also reveal the secret recovery phrase and just, do your I mean, you can click on reveal secret recovery phrase, and you will get a copy to clipboard and blah blah stuff. So just take a picture, copy it on your clipboard and stuff. Just make sure that you don't lose it. I'll also take a picture of my secret recovery phrase. Okay. And once you're done, you go to next. Okay. When you go to next, you will see that you have to confirm it, and there are these terms that are missing. So just look at your, secret recovery phrase wherever you have saved it, and just try writing it and confirming that, okay, this is your account and this is the secret recovery phrase that belongs to your account. Okay, so once you have done the confirmation, you will get wallet creation successful. Okay, how many of you are with me in this till now? Yeah, so you guys are raising hand because you have questions, or okay, those who raised hand, you can just speak up, it's fine. Okay, so people who raised hand, you don't have, yeah, that is what I'm coming to. So once you've confirmed it, it will ask you to add extension. So you have to click on add extension. I'll share my screen again. Okay, so we'll do click the browser extension and pin MetaMask. So that is what you have to do, because then, and you'll have this pop-up, this fox like pop-up on your screen. And when you're doing projects, or whenever you need to do open MetaMask, you just have to click on the MetaMask and put your password and just open it. So you'll always get these security alerts. So it's like, it's nice if you switch on these security alerts. And there's NFT auto detection and blah blah shit. I already have it on my okay, on my other account, so that is why I don't really want to go forward with it. But okay, so first things first, I will wait. I'll try. There we stopped. Where we stopped. Me. Where did you stop? Did you guys not add the extension? Add password. Okay. Okay. Cool. I'll. Yeah. You can turn on the NFT auto detection, and you can just let it go. Also, there's no such mandatory stuff to do it. I'll see if I can do a poll, because I haven't done poll in a really long time. Let me see if it works. Have you completed MetaMask setup? Yes. I don't want to. Okay, so I think poll will go now. So I would like you all to answer it, and you can tell me how many people have done the setup. So it's going live now. Yeah, so some people are having confusion because I am using the premium Zoom account for Web3 Learn, because you're like a lot of participants, and they also have like a restriction of 40 minutes, you'll be able to see Kiran's name instead of mine. But this is me, guys. This is me. It's just me. No one else is doing the talking. And those who already have a MetaMask account, okay, nice that you just have to listen. You just have to make sure of the important pointers that I have told you guys, and just make sure that you follow stuff. Okay, so I have still 6 people who haven't done the installation. So I would like to know who are these 6 people. Is it people who are like not able to do it because they're traveling, or shall I enable security alerts? Yeah, you can enable because it's a new new project. I mean, not that new. It's like pretty old, but since they're always coming up with these latest versions and latest updates and more security and stuff, it's always good to have a heads up about whatever feature that they're trying to implement. So you can always enable security alerts. Okay. One person is saying that they are having net issues. I'm having back issues. Shit. It's fine. Those who are having net issues, you can, I hope you have heard it properly and you can just do it before the next session. So all the 33 people, those who have told me that they have done their MetaMask setup, this is not where we are stopping. You'll have to send me your wallet addresses as well. Okay. So I'll do a poll. Ma'am, reveal secret recovery, what we have to do. Reveal secret recovery. Yeah, so once you do reveal secret recovery, you'll see a 12-word phrase in front of you. So just there's an option copy to clipboard. So copy it, take a picture in your phone, write it down somewhere. And once you have done that, you go to next step. And in that next step, you have to like fill the words that are missing, okay, from that secret recovery. And only then you'll be able to like complete the setup of your MetaMask. So do it quick, okay? But make sure you save it nicely. I hope you guys are not hearing any noises in the background because my teammates are pretty excited. They're all having fun in the pool and they're shouting really loud. But I hope my earphone is canceling all of that. Ma'am, is there anything to be done with MetaMask settings? Sorry, I didn't get you. No, you only have to do whatever I showed you. There's no settings and other stuff that you have to do the changes. Just that the wallet should be set up and okay, I'll end poll now. The wallet should be set up and you should have something like this in front of your screen. This is what it should look like. There's no other steps that you have to do. You just have to follow what I did. Is everyone able to see this? Those who have done it? Yeah. Who sent me the address? Meghna sent me the address. So this 0x thing is the address. Yes. So I'll ask you for the address once I have to send you a token. But that's a nice thing. By the time you guys do it, I'll just who is asking that? Yeah. You can do enable NFT auto detection. There's no harm in enabling these features or in ignoring these. There's no issue at all. So there are some people who are still following up. So I'll try doing the token and I'll ask for the. So what name do you want me to make the token? Should it be GIB, or I mean, what symbol should it have? Should it be GIB, or it should be something related to Web3 learn in general? Come on, give me suggestion, girls. Give me suggestion. Sorry, I got cold. So you guys are mm, okay. Pa- think, okay. What is everyone suggesting? Just a moment. Mm, Just setting up. GIB. Okay. The girls would be cool. What should I do next to get token? Is left with settings. What can I do further? Wait. Let me answer, guys. It's a lot of questions. What is it? No, just close it. You don't have to go to the settings. Just cross it out and just be on the Ethereum mainnet. Assets, NFTs, activities next. You can see my screen, right? So just stay on that screen. Okay? Don't bother about it. I mean, I hope oh, my laptop. Okay. Yeah. So just be on that Ethereum screen for a moment. And just give me a minute. Mm, my MetaMask is really slow. Okay, I am on the. Someone is saying something. Someone's trying to speak up. Is it? Is it, guys? Are you trying to speak up? Okay, just give me a minute. You should have some. Okay, cool, fine. So I'll just do this quickly. Web3 learn. We'll do a symbol. So I am going to create a token called GIB, and I hope it just happens real quick. So I'll ask for address right away, and I'll show you how you can receive that token. Again, that token is worth no money. So it's just a token. It's just a toy thing for you guys, but you should see how I can, do a transaction in my MetaMask, like something that I created on my MetaMask. How can I like literally send it to you as well? Okay. So just a moment. Okay. So, okay. Where am I? Where am I? Okay. So I'll share you my screen, and this is I hope you are able to see this. Everyone's able to see it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So this is my MetaMask. I don't know if you can see the fox. I don't know why does it not go inside. So you can see that I've created a 1, 2, 3. 1 lakh GIB tokens. Okay. And I have an option to send it. Okay. So what I'll do is somebody sent me their address. Where to find wallet address? Oh, sorry, kids. I forgot to tell you that. Okay, Mahelika sent me the account address. So I'll just try showing you and then I'll explain how whole MetaMask works. Don't worry, be patient. But I will send her, because she's the first kid, I'll send her 50 GIs. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Again, you can see we are on the Goeli test network. Oh, you won't get it, but I'll show you how it's going. I mean, the transaction is taking time. There's activity log, there's transaction data, and you can see that send GIB to this. Okay. Now, maybe Mahilika can do something. Where is she? Do I need to be testnet on as well? Yeah, you will. But wait, just guys, just be patient. I'll take you through all the steps again, just giving you an overview first so that you know what you're doing, and then again I'll explain it to you step by step. Okay. So as you can see that I sent from my account address to Mahelika's account address. Okay. And don't worry, testnet and mainnet has the same address. Okay, so you can see that this is a transaction hash and this is my account address and this is Mahelika's account address. Okay, no, sorry, this is Mahelika's account address and there's here in between, this is the contract address, and this will go. So I think I'll do one thing. Mailika, so I'll send you a direct message, okay? With where did she go? 1 minute, Mailika. Okay, so I'll send you a account address right now. Don't do anything. Just make sure that you have it with yourself. Now, I will come back to MetaMask in general. Okay, so you guys are here. Oh God, I wasn't on my workshop account. That's really bad. Forgot to do it. Anyway, okay. So this is the ET. Oh, sorry. I'll rather show you the new one. If you see the old one, you'll get confused. So this is what you guys have on your screen right now, right? Everyone has set up their account, and this is what they see. They see a new account, they see zero ETH, and they see options buy, send, swap, bridge, assets, NFTs, activity, blah, blah, blah. Am I correct? Is everyone able to see this screen as well, or somebody just got a surprise 10 Ether tokens in their account? Okay, cool. So we'll get into everything one by one. So you can see this is account one, and here it's 0x5b blah blah blah. This is your account address. Okay, and everything when you talk about account address, it will always start with 0x. So there is a way to express, hexadecimal characters. So they'll always go like that. And I think if you try to paste it, I don't know how long are they, but okay, whatever length they have. But this is your account address. So if you want someone to send you the tokens, or if you win in a hackathon and you want the money to be received, this is the account address that you give them. Okay, so the money will be reflected here, and here we have the networks. So you Ethereum mainnet. Now since you guys have a new account, once you click on Ethereum mainnet, you'll get this option of show of height test networks. The moment you click on that highlighted show and height test networks, you will be redirected to this, and there will be a toggle button that says show test networks. So you just switch it on and then just close off this settings, and then sorry, close of the settings, and once you click on this, you will see there's so many networks you can see. Like earlier it was just Ethereum mainnet, and now we have Goerli, we have Sepolia, we have Linea Goerli and stuff, right? So we had already discussed in the last class that test networks are basically to facilitate development or dummy transactions through test tokens and other stuffs, right? You don't really need to put in real money for that, and in order to get any test tokens, you will have to request those test tokens from a faucet that these people already have listed. So if you search test tokens for Ethereum or Goerli network, or faucet for Ethereum or Goerli network, you will get the link and you can send test tokens. I'll show you that also. But as of now, is anybody having any issues understand anything here in MetaMask? You can ask me. Come on, speak up, girls. Okay, no one is having any doubts. Repeat previous thing. What, like, from where do you want me to repeat it? Okay, getting networks. Okay, wait. So someone can just unmute and explain. Garima, how did you create the token of GIB? Oh, that is magic. Oh, magic. It's a magical power that I have. No, I was kidding. It's a smart contract that I wrote. That is what you'll that will be your first project. That is creation of an, yes. So it's an ERC20 token, correct? So we'll do a project. So magic equals to smart contract. Yes, definitely it is. So do we know turn the show networks thingy, or you did it just to show? No, you have to do it. You have to do it because all our transactions and everything will be on test networks. Why would I put real money to generate a transaction like a token and send it to you guys for free? Come on, it's a lot of money. Okay, top right icon, it is a show hide test networks. Click show test networks, enable on. Yes, very good. If anybody can just unmute and talk. I had a lot of good time in pool yesterday with my friends, and now I have cold, so my throat hurts. ERC20, God, you're asking this question today. Where were you in the last class? Can someone explain what ERC20 is? Come on, girls. Unmute yourself and speak. Just 3-4 sentences, like words won't work. Someone speak up. This is not at all an interactive session, huh? We're learning about a peer-to-peer technology, and you guys are not doing a peer-to-peer conversation. That is so bad. Come on, give me answers, quick, and ignore my hair. It's really messy. Somebody sent a message again. No. Come on, speak up. Girls, again, I'll start asking randomly. Guys, just don't let me. Um, who do I ask? Who do I ask? Who do I ask? Come on, Prisha, can you explain us what ERC20 is?
So, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
So ERC20, like what I remember is it's just like a representation of ownership, like a form of cryptocurrency that can be transferred, but it isn't unique.
Okay. So you guys have clearly messed up with multiple definitions.
Okay, can I
So
try?
yeah, sure, sure.
ERC20 is a standard for creating and implementing fungible tokens on the blockchain, specifically, I think,
Okay.
Ethereum.
Yes. So was this your answer or was ChatGPT answered it for you or Google answered it
So,
for you?
a little bit of searching.
It's fine. Okay, it's like just you should learn. Just that's important. So again, like she said, so in the last class we have talked about how fungible tokens are exchangeable. That is where I gave you the example of a 50 rupee note, that if one 50 rupee note gets wet or gets crushed and I don't like it, I just go to a friend and say, oh, you have a nice looking 50 rupee note, can you give me that and I'll give you my ugly looking 50 rupee note. So it doesn't really matter whose is ugly, whose is nice. The 50 rupee notes remains 50 rupee note, right? So it's exchangeable. So in cryptocurrencies, we really refer to them as fungible token. And what we have to do is we can create these fungible tokens. Obviously, someone or the other is creating these tokens that we see every day regulating, circulating in the market, right? So how do we do it? Now, suppose Mahalika is very busy in learning about Solidity and JavaScript with Web3 Learn and me, but RBI governor comes to her and say that, see, we are like much more busier than you are, and we want someone who could print Indian currencies at home. Okay, so can you do it for us? Now, Mahalika obviously sees a lot of money, so she will say that, yeah, I can do it, I can do it, I can obviously take out time for you guys, right? So if she has to print Indian currency at home, she won't just go sit to take a A4 sheet paper and start designing the Indian currency like from scratch, right? She will just say to the RBI governor that, listen, you give me all the equipments, you give me the design that has to be followed, the template that has to be followed, and I'll start printing it, right? Can't just go and do things from scratch. So there's a framework that is required. There's a initial set of uh, structure that you already need that can just help you print it like real quick. So what these guys did was, so we learned ERC20 under Open Zeppelin. So these guys created this ERC20 framework that does all the necessary importing and exporting of modules, packages, libraries, blah 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 blah, whatever is required. And they just create a built-in framework for you, and you just have to use it to create your own cryptocurrency token, so that you don't have to do everything from scratch. Okay, so if you accept the governor's thing and be like, if you start in currency, obviously you can have a lot of it on your own, but you're really foolish if you just go and start designing the whole currency once again. So there's no point of this extra work. So that is why these frameworks are done. So whenever we have to create a non-fungible token, we use a standard called ERC 721, and when we're talking about a fungible token, that's ERC 20. And we call this as ERC because we're referring to Ethereum network, and this ERC, did anyone know what ERC stands for?
Ethereum request for comments 20.
Good. You should ask that question in the first thing, that what is ERC, instead of asking what is ERC20 first. So Ethereum request for comment, and we are talking about Ethereum ecosystem. That is why they're referred as ERC20 tokens. And Yeah, that's thing. So whenever you're creating a coin on some other blockchain, or suppose there's a blockchain that is not EVM compatible, for example, let's take Aptos. So they have their whole new language called Move, and suppose you start building on Move, and if you're creating a coin, you can't say that I created an ERC20 token. Okay, you'll always have to say that you created a coin for a certain blockchain. Okay, so then again, can someone tell me what is the difference between a coin and a token? Come on, girls.
Token won't have a value and coin will have.
No, not entirely, not at all correct. Because again, if token does not have a value, there's no point of creating tokens, right? Like I'm not talking about the dummy tokens. I'm talking about in general. You see, like a lot of tokens being launched each and every day. So then again, when you're talking about coins, okay, like cryptocurrency coins, it is like for a particular blockchain. Okay, so for Ethereum, Ether is a coin. For Algorand, algos are a coin. Okay, so they have their own blockchain and they have a store of value in that case. Okay, but when you're talking about a token, they are not particular to any blockchain. They can run on any kind of blockchain that they're compatible with. Okay, so it's exactly like every coin could be a token because it is running on a blockchain, but not all tokens can be considered as a coin. Now, suppose you come up with a project and you make a really, really successful startup, or in fact, Kiran grows Web3 learn to a really large extent, and and he says that, oh, Sneha taught these kids to create a GIB token. Let's make a GIB token. So he might not have a blockchain of his own that he has launched, but he can launch the token on Ethereum blockchain or any of the other blockchains, right? So tokens are blockchains independent. Now, Push protocol is a project, so Push tokens are there, right? So Push does not have a blockchain of its own. It is built on another blockchain, and the token is also declared like that. So even cryptocurrencies use smart contracts. That is not the point. The point is, the creation is similar, but coins are blockchain dependent. It will be like it will have its own blockchain, but tokens are just like that. They don't have like a particular compatible I mean, they have a compatible blockchain, but they don't own a blockchain completely. Okay, so I hope that that example is clear. Is it clear, or did it like confuse you guys? Yeah, coins have their own blockchain while tokens are built on top of existing blockchains. That is why we can say that all coins are tokens, but all tokens are not coins. Is it clear now? Okay, cool. I forgot what I was trying to teach you guys. Yeah, we're talking about ERC20. So obviously, governor will not come to Mahalika to get things printed. But can someone tell me who is the RBI governor? Who's the current RBI governor? No Google searches, huh? You guys don't even know this. That's so sad. So sad. Yeah,
Shaktikanta Das, ma'am.
good. Was it Google or was it your general knowledge?
No, ma'am, not Googled it.
Oh, good. Good. You should always be updated with general knowledge. So I hope ERC20, ERC 721 is also clear for you guys. Can someone remind me what was I trying to explain actually? Where were we before the whole discussion started? Come on, remind me where were we? God, I forgot. MetaMask transactions. Yes, correct. Okay, so everyone has the test network. So I think you guys can, okay, I'll show you my screen. I'll go back to my, where did it go? Ah, I'll go to this. This is my original MetaMask thing. Okay. So Mahalika, I think I sent you the transaction hash. So can you like go to MetaMask, like be on Goerli test network. Okay.
Okay.
Wait. Why is my MetaMask not popping up? Yeah. Okay. So change this to Goerli. Okay. This is how you do it. And just go to this segment. Shit. No. Go to assets. Okay. Assets. And here do an import token. Okay. And just put the contract address that I've sent you.
Okay.
You're not able to see the token, right, that I sent you?
No, it's showing
Okay,
invalid address.
invalid address. Okay, cool. Can you try? Which one did I send you? I always forgot.
Wait, I'll send
I,
it to you.
I didn't even send you anything. Shit. Can you just try this? Oh, this is what I sent you, right? Okay,
I have to put it in token contract address, right?
yeah, and then in the token symbol, just try putting GIB.
Okay, and token decimal.
I sent you two of the that will come automatically. Did it come as 18 automatically?
No, it's saying token decimal required.
Okay, are you able to put 18 on it?
Yes. But again, it's showing invalid address.
Okay, then then we'll have to do it some other way. Sometimes I think yeah, you were saying.
Okay, I'm getting this.
Maybe I'll just do this, the contract address. I'll go on. Okay, so think there's a different way to import it, but let me take a look. Back to again MetaMask here. So see, you can see that this is what I was talking about, ether scan also. We'll just from to Web3. See, you can yeah. So this was the ether scan, and you can see all the transaction details. So you can see a transaction hash. You can see the status. You can see block timestamp 45 seconds ago. No, it's not updated. Just a moment.
Oh, okay, I got it. On the ether scan, it's showing.
Interruption. Yeah, you were saying
Yeah, I got the token.
you
It's
did.
showing on the it's showing on the ether scan. 22
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Yeah.
Value was
So
50.
So you're not able to see it in your MetaMask, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, so I think it works a little differently for the importing thing. I'll have to take a look on it if that's possible. But since you have the account address, you'll be able to see everything that's happening. Okay, when was it deployed? How much was sent to you? What was the contract name? And then what was the token? See GIB here, right? So this is the contract address. This is my wallet address. So from this address, that is my wallet address, interacted to this is the smart contract. Okay, so maybe if you try clicking on it, if something happens here. Yeah, the net is pretty slow for me. I don't know why. Yeah, so if you see here, you can see that there's a contract creation 26 minutes ago. Then there's another 24 minutes ago. This was a transfer thing, and this is the contract address 0 transaction fee from blah blah blah. So you'll be able to see most of it. One address found on blockchain, token transfer, ERC20. So this is again the whole address. Then if you go to contract, see this is the contract that has been like converted into like a unreadable form. It's like the hashed form. And if you see this decompiled bytecode, we'll see what happens. So decompile bytecode, and this is the first time decompilation request has been served. So please be back for in. Okay, fine, girls. We should be back for results in 694 minutes. We don't need it. I can just show you the smart contract, but we'll do that real quick. So I'm just the whole agenda to show this was everything is out there on the blockchain. I mean, you can take a look at it, search by address, transaction, hash, block, or token, whatever way works. What is wrong? Why does this thing doesn't go up? Okay. Okay. So again, as of now, you were able to see that I created 1 lakh tokens, and then I sent 50 to Mayalika. So all the transactions were recorded. The token was subtracted from my wallet address, right? So again, I mean, importing it in someone else's account is it's like a different process. But as of now, like apart from having the curiosity that how it was done through code, is everything clear for you guys on how things like happened? Is there any doubt that if you deploy a smart contract in the future, how are you going to check it, and how does it and other stuff? Is there any questions regarding that? No doubts, right? I hope everything is clear on that end. All clear. Okay, cool. So then that is the usual process of how transactions happen in MetaMask. And once we start writing smart contracts and deploying it on the network, we'll be able to see, how things work. Like you guys can also take a look, not just see things that I have done. So again, next we'll talk a little bit about Remix platform that will be used for all the smart contract deployments and stuff. So you can locally deploy. I mean, you can obviously locally deploy it on your system through using frameworks and other stuff. But you can also deploy smart contracts in Remix and check if they're working the right way. And then the other one is when you change the environment for it and select MetaMask, the transactions and stuff happen, and you can see all the interactions on blockchain. I mean, through these Etherscan and Polygon scan and other stuff. So I'll show you how a Remix platform actually looks like. So okay, so this is the Remix platform. Sorry, so it's a little messy. It's taking time. Okay. Shit. Yeah. So this is the Remix platform in general. So you can see that you can like create new file, open file, access file system, blah 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 stuff. Here you can create all these files, and these are the smart contracts that I've written the stuff. So you'll be able to see files here. Then again, this is the compiler. So once you've written the file or opened the file, you'll be able to compile it, and once the whole compilation is done, so there's if there's any error in your code, any warnings that you know, things that you need stuff, like any changes that you have to do in the program, you'll be able to see here. And with the whole deploy and run transactions, uh, deploy and run transactions, once the code is error free and the compilation has been done, you'll be able to deploy and the run any you know, transactions in smart contract here. So this is where you actually give inputs and see if whatever program you've written, maybe if it's a really simple program of taking some data and you know, giving it as output, you deploy it on Remix and you'll be able to see that okay, this is the data that I've put, this is how, you know, we have this is the output that we have got. So this is how you can check that okay, it's the right way that you know, are doing it. Okay, so everyone, if you just open you know, Remix and go to this contract segment, you'll be able to see storage.sol. Just open that program. Is everyone able to see it? I mean, on your devices or in general. Okay. So, can any one of you just try, you know, explaining me the code that you see? I know none of you, like, or most of you are not aware of Solidity, but can someone just try explaining me, you know, what the code says? Girls, try, at least try attempting the code. Why is the crowd so silent today? I don't expect such kind of responses when we're doing an interactive session. I can't do the talking the whole 2 hours. So just anybody, just try explaining the code to me, or else I'll pick someone at random again. Okay, you guys won't answer, so I'll ask someone else to do it. Okay. God, why is it? Why do you guys have such difficult names, huh? Okay, Leelavati. Can you try explaining me the code? What is wrong with everyone? Where are you guys? Has everybody slept off? Hello?
Madam, can I try?
Wait, let me see who's speaking. Sorry. Who's speaking?
Soumya. Soumya,
Ah,
ma'am.
yeah. Okay. Speak up.
Okay. So here, I think u in it means it is an unsigned integer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then function store, I don't know what is that function, but by seeing number equals to num, the value of num is assigning to the number
Mm-hmm.
is the state variable, like. And then at the function retrieve, when the function retrieve is called, we'll return the number that is assigned.
To the number variable,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Cool. And this line itself signifies that it's talking about the version of Solidity that the code has been written into, right?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so really good work. I really appreciate Soumya for speaking up, and I'm really disappointed with the other people. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you guys should really appreciate the energy that the whole team and me is putting to teach you guys. Okay, we're asking certain things. You got to answer it because that is not how the it is supposed to work. I just can't keep talking for 2 hours, and you guys can just sit behind a computer screen and be like, okay, let her blabber. No, that is not how things work. Okay, Garima is saying that you can't see the file. Is anyone else not able to see the file? Okay, so for some people it's visible. For 1 2 people it's not visible. I don't know what's the issue with your screen, but yeah, it might be net issues with them. But I had clearly told that you have to go to remix and then go to the contract segment and just look for storage.sol. You can do it on your device if you're not able to see my screen, right? Because it'll probably work faster. The video might stop, but the Google search might work, so you got to see it. And I will actually not tolerate if people are not speaking. Okay, if you really want just me speaking, I'll just come tell anything and I'll just keep on showing you the code, not explain it at all, and just go from the session. It doesn't really affect me. I'm trying this hard, literally explaining from ABCD to how to actually deal with things, and you guys are not appreciating it at all. It's really bad. Such a simple code with just like 5 6 lines of code, and you're not taking the effort to explain. How are you going to do it when we move further for like a tougher, smart contract? So please appreciate the energy, and please try to speak up if I'm asking questions, because if you start asking questions and I keep shut, that doesn't make sense, right? So that is what you should understand. Okay, Soumya has put the link of the code in the screen so people can open up, whoever is not able to see it. Now, as you can see that it's like entirely like very similar to English language, and this is a smart contract. So we'll talk about we'll deal with Solidity from very basics. I'm just giving you guys like go through that. Okay, this is how things should look like, and this is what we're going to study. But before just taking a look at the whole documentation or taking a hint, we'll first utilize our brain, put our brains into understanding the code and see if we are able to figure it out. Because if you're able to do the initial effort, it gets easier. So every smart contract that you write, you'll always see the first line as SPDX license identifier. And this license identifier, it can be anything. It can be unlicensed, it can be MIT, it can be GPL 3.0. This line of code is really important, because if you miss this line, you might have compiler errors, and you won't even recognize that what is missing in the code. Okay, because it's not a syntax error or anything. um okay, so people who are getting redirected to Remix Home, just go to the file segment here, and just go to, in the file segment, go to contracts, and you will see a sample contract called one_storage.sol, and then you will be able to see the code. Okay, yeah, Swati, it's a comment, but that comment is important. Okay, so when the compilation and everything is happening, it still figures out. Like if you're not writing this line, there will be errors. Maybe not for this code, but there are errors that, when you're building a full-fledged project, you'll have errors in that. So it's really, really important to first write the license line. The second line is pragma solidity, greater than equals to 0.7.0, less than 0.9.0, right? So they're talking about, so pragma solidity, and these numbers are basically the versions, and it's saying that any version of solidity greater than equals to 0.7.0 and less than 0.9.0 is feasible for this piece of code.
I have a doubt here. Like
Yeah.
in the first line of code, if we put semicolon there, will it be a problem?
What? No,
Like
no.
after.
See, this works very much similar to JavaScript only. So this is a statement, like it's a complete
No,
statement
for
in
the
itself.
comment line.
Okay.
SPDX
If you
license.
put a,
Yeah.
yeah, it will just try compiling it. So it will have invalid SPDX license identifier. So you
Okay,
guys should, yeah.
And after that colons, we need to have space as well. Yeah, here.
No, that is not important.
No, that is.
Okay, so you people who are asking that comment is used for documentation, then why is it important here? So, see, there is a lot of things happening in the backend. When compiler is working, they're going through each line of code, and there's passing and other stuff that you will particularly learn when you're learning computer science. So they are able to process. Okay, how do you think a thing that is written in the file is treated as a comment? Huh? There has to be some mechanism that tells a compiler that this line, if it has a slash, this whole green thing is just beautifying it, right? When you are actually seeing it, it's like writing on a piece of paper. Those two slashes are giving it an idea that the compiler, the idea that it's a compiler. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the code. So whatever the shit you write doesn't matter. But for Solidity compilers, this license identification thing is really important. Now, either you write it as MIT, you write it as unlicensed, or whatever it is how this programming language is actually programmed. You got to have a license, only then it will run. I think you should try googling why try everyone try why SPDX license is required. Okay, the purpose is license is required. Okay, why SPDX trust in smart contracts can be better established if the source code is available. Since making source code available always touches on legal problems with regards to copyright, the Solidity compiler itself encourages the use of machine-readable SPDX license identifiers. So again, the whole thing revolves around the issue of copyright, having ownable content, and etc. Right? Note, installing a perpetual or pool license doesn't require reboot of the SDX appliance prerequisite to use the hardware serial number, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever it is. But I'm saying that this whole thing, whole technology works on trust. It works on privacy. It works on ownership. So what they have automatically done is they have come up with this license thing, which is automatically put in the compiler so that you don't miss these licenses. Okay, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but people who use GitHub really frequently, you will know that if you have created a repository of your own, there is an option to put as MIT license. But if you're forking from someone else, they have the copyright issues. So this is just the basic nicks and knacks that these people are trying to connect because they believe in the technology and the ideology that blockchain is working on. Again, coming back to code. So the only thing that you have to remember is that you don't have to miss this license identifier line. Again, so I was explaining Pragma Solidity. These are the versions. Now, suppose just put exponentiation symbol and just let it go as 0.7.0 and this. So this is this should actually work. Okay. Yeah, so you can see this, right? So in this, because it's a default code, it's not working. Okay, now why is it not? So this exponentiation symbol basically works that any version apart from the mentioned version 0.7.0 and above is compatible, right? But these guys have put a criteria that it is only acceptable between 0.7.0 to 0.9.0. That is why it will show you an error because the version is not compatible by default. But if you have, like, if you are writing a smart contract of your own, you can always list greater versions as a exponentiation symbol and write it. Then again, there's a contract storage. Now, in other programming languages, we have seen keywords like class, right? So we don't have like a class thing in Solidity, but this contract keyword is what so again, when you're writing C++ or stuff, you write class or you write int main, or even in Java you have this whole public static void blah blah blah. So the whole int main thing, that is the main class, gives you an idea that okay, this is the main programming block to be run, and there are individual classes inside it, or there are functions and other stuff. So this contract keyword is the start of your Solidity code, which tells the compiler that okay, the contract has finally begun, and whatever comes inside this is your contract body. Okay, so this contract keyword and this is the contract name, so it can be anything. It does not have to be storage, but again, as I had told you during JavaScript sessions as well, that you always suggested to use variable names that are like easily depictable, that's what the variable is doing, or a function name that easily tells you what the function is doing. Similarly, you should write contracts that like clearly defines of what you're trying to do in the contract. Okay, and then there's a uint 256 number. Now Soumya already said that uint stands for unsigned integer, and 256 is basically the bits thing, the comparison to the space allocation and stuff. And this is how you declare. So if you want to declare a number, I mean, don't look at this variable name. If you want to declare an integer, it goes as unsigned 32, 8, 256, 16, blah blah blah, various versions. You can use any depending on choices, but mostly you will see uint 256 itself. This is a variable name, and they've created a function. So again, this is very similar to any other programming language. There's a function keyword, there's a function name, and you're passing parameters here. Now the parameters has to be passed with a value. Okay, that this particular, you can do like a declaration directly, or if you have if you have done the declaration beforehand, like if you have already declared something as uint 256 num, you can just pass on num as increment, and then you put it as public and do that this number equals to num. Okay, so this is so then there are again various segment you will see as public, you will see as private. There are these keywords that are available. So it gives you like how do I explain, just like in programming languages there are these scope identifiers, right? Public, protected, and other stuffs. That is how these keywords also work. Okay, um just a moment, Okay. So again, it's very easy from the function name that okay, this particular thing is storing a number. So they've already declared a data type called number, and then they're putting num into it. Okay. Then that there's always this concept of getter and setter functions. Okay, so in programming languages, in other programming languages, what you generally do is you create a return inside the same function, but in Solidity we don't really do that. So we have like a getter function that takes value. There's a setter function that will give values out. So that is why you see that instead of doing like a return thing here itself, they've created another function called retrieve that's telling us that, okay, this is to retrieve the data that you have sent. Then there's public, then there's view, then there's return. So this returns tell us that, okay, now you're supposed to return the value of the number. Okay. Can someone tell me what this view does in Solidity? Someone speak up, someone. What do you think view does in Solidity?
Maybe it's like the function. I mean, that function is from that function, we are only reading the data. We are not doing anything like modifying the data.
Exactly. So the term itself says, so there are documents. So sometimes someone else shares a document with you and it's in a read-only format, right? So you know that you can't change anything. Now, because you are retrieving a function and the person who is, see how beautifully the language has been designed, how beautifully it takes care of the security. So they know that you're creating a return function. They know that you're creating a setter function. So you got to put it as view so that no one else is able to modify the state variable or any variable that you're using. Right. So they're using view here and they're doing a return number. Okay. This is the basic Solidity smart contract. And this is how you actually write smart contracts. So this is like the most simplest ones. So I'll try compiling it again. And once the compilation has been done, this will be like a green tick mark. And this is the deploy segment, right? So you will see that here there's multiple environment. Until and unless you want to deploy on the blockchain, like the testnet network or so, you don't have to use this injected provider MetaMask. You don't have to make any changes. Just have to let this environment be Remix VM and whatever it is, Shanghai or whatever it is. There's a gas limit. We don't have to do anything. There's value, blah blah blah. We don't have to do it. So now again, there's a deploy button and you just deploy it. Okay, you try deploying it. The moment you click on deploy, there's something that will happen here. So this thing will show you, okay, and you had seen that creation of storage pending and there are like multiple account addresses and stuff that will be visible. So there is a transaction recorded and there's a deployed contract thing. So since you have just deployed the contract, this is the contract address and you can always copy the contract address and try to paste it wherever you want or required. Now since our program had two functions. One was store, one was retrieve. So store was taking the value, retrieve was just retrieving the value. And you can see that inside store, we were taking an agreement called uint256num. So that is why in this box, we can see uint256num. Now I can put any number inside it and I'll do a store. So again, when I do a store, you will see that another transaction has happened and it says transact to storage dot store pending. That means you're trying to interact via Remix and it says whatever transaction you've initiated through store, that is pending. And once it's done, this green tick will happen. And then you click on retrieve, you will again say call to storage dot retrieve. That means you're trying to retrieve that function. Okay, so once you click on it, you will see that this is indexed here as 0 and uint 256, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now suppose I change this to 65 and I try to retrieve it. Now again, there will call, but you will see that the value has not changed. Why? Because you didn't update the store variable. So again, you click a store. Again, there will be transact to storage.store pending. Then the transaction will be here. And then you retrieve it, then the value will change. So you know that okay, you have written the smart contract perfectly fine because your smart contract is supposed to take a value and then give back a value. So that is how you're seeing on the deployment. So there are multiple contracts inside Remix that we can take a look at. But the other ones are like pretty complicated when it comes to explaining. But storage of soul is the simpler one. So now you know that how a Solidity smart contract looks, how there's a license statement, how there's a Solidity version statement, how there's a contract keyword. The moment you see contract, you know that okay, this is where the contract body actually begins, and you can take a look because I don't think anybody should have issues understanding what this particular function is trying to do. These keywords that you see, public view, returns, and all of that, this is something that you need to look into the documentation and understand. Even I don't know, like I can't remember every keyword that they have, right? So this is how you do like a transaction using Remix when you're talking about the Solidity contract. Is it clear for all of you guys what I tried explaining right now?
I have a doubt here. Like,
Yeah.
if we have put view in store function, then we wouldn't have been able to like put the value of num in num, right?
Hmm.
Acha, theek hai.
Yeah.
And when we were clicking on store, then only right click was that green tick was coming.
Yeah.
And
Because that's a
so
transaction app.
okay, so matlab, when we'll store, then only the transaction will happen, and when we'll retrieve, no gas is.
Hmm. Okay. But also there are other things. I think for the view question that you asked, there's like more to it. Wait, let me experiment this. You said, see. So you can see that the moment I wrote view, it says function cannot be declared as view because this expression modifies the state. Can you see it?
Yeah, matlab,
Okay.
state of what?
The variable. So I'll tell you there are two kinds of variables. I mean there are multiple in general, but they talk in terms of state. They talk in terms of global. Okay. So by default, the variables in the Solidity language has a tendency of being permanently stored. Okay, when they're referred to as state variables. So what happens is we will have to use like different keywords to specify that okay, no, we just need temporary data. You can't just put every data on blockchain, right? So you will when we further deal with other smart contracts, you will see this term as memory. Okay, which is generally used with string. So that memory is to say that okay, no, this data has to be stored in the memory. So once that function is done, it's done. I mean, once you come out of the contract, that's done. So that the scope of that particular variable gets limited.
So
Okay.
the variable with memory won't get on blockchain. It will be there for
No.
temporary basis.
Yeah. And if I'm not wrong, uh,
Acha,
then
and here in retrieve function, will we be able to alter number, like perform some function, perform some operation on number?
no, it just doesn't work like. See this? It will show you errors. Can't be restricted to you. State mutability. So these are again if you're using a return keyword, you always have to make it view. I mean that's
That
the
that
what?
is fine. Like here, can
No,
we
the
perform?
operation doesn't really happen. If there's anything that's changing, I mean, I think I'll take an example and try explaining you. Like if you're modifying the state of anything that has been declared like globally, okay, then that thing is not so. Uh, um, how do I explain? So state variables in Solidity is something that is declared globally. Okay, it's not like limited to a function or stuff. Okay, so when you're changing a state of any such function, then there's an issue. Okay, like suppose I do this. Suppose I put this as num equals to. No, it will still okay. So then again, there will be a concept of pure keyword also. Okay, when we are trying to change stuff. So I'll say one thing. Don't rush. There are like very something like cache or something else. No, it's like a temporary storage itself. So what I was trying to say is that at this point, just remember that there's something called a state variable, which is like not limited to a particular function. We're talking about it in like a global variable as
Yeah, like
such.
number is here.
Yes, yes, and you can't change the state of if you're like trying to return something in a function, or if it is declared as view, you can't change the state of that number. Okay, there are multiple keywords that we will slowly be talking. What is pure? What is view? How things work? And it's something like there are some times when you can write view, or you can write pure, or you can write pure here, and they'll just give you warnings and it works. Okay, so it depends on how you're retrieving or how you're writing the function, what is the operation that you want to do, and then accordingly you will have to decide which keyword to go with. So initially it's really confusing, so let's not rush into understanding all of that today itself, and slowly and steadily when we discuss all of these in detail, that what pure does, what view does in general, if you still have doubts, then we can take it forward.
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yeah.
So as of now, you just have to see this, that if you write view here, it will show you an error, and it's like a built-in contract, but we can like experiment with contracts in general, but that is how it will work. So these are like basic English terms itself, and the whole deployment and thing. Everything is clear at this point, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Cool. So I think so we can just stop for today. It's almost time, and I've already covered like a lot of stuff. We'll deep dive into Ethereum's documentation in next class, and then we'll start learning about solidities, syntax, and other stuff.